you have lost track of the length of time you have been on the road. You are weather-beaten, dusty, tired, and thirsty. You ought to have arrived at Port Koll at this time. As you clamber over the brow of a particularly horrendous sand dune, you find yourself looking towards a small village. Perhaps you can find shelter for the night, and directions to Port Koll. You certainly know that you have lost the main road. Perhaps someone will be able to help you find your way back. Upon arrival, you find yourself outside what appears to be a large house, which you believe to be of some importance. There is a door open and the sound of machinery at work. You walk in to find a figure at work at a printing press. They usher you into a side room, and picking up a pad, they beckon you to tell your story.
Hello? Hello? Oh, thank goodness. For a moment, I thought you were another victim of the desert stalker. Don't look so surprised. You're not the first person to stumble through my doorway. Except the last one didn't stay too long. You know something? You look like you've been through a lot to get here. Where are you heading? No, wait, let me guess. The Firelands to the east, perhaps? No? Okay then. Well, you're heading in the wrong direction for the monarchy. Oh, so you're heading to the monarchy, but via the coast. Why? Surely it's easier for you to just skip across the border at the forts. Wait. Could you repeat that, please? I'd like to make sure I heard you correctly the first time. I swear I thought I heard you say... Oh my gosh, I've been waiting so long for this. My big break. Finally, I will have what I need to make my mark across the continent. I'm sorry, my friend. I'm a journalist, and I've been investigating the crown of the Tyrant King and looking into its disappearance. Look, I know from what you just said that you're somehow implicated in said disappearance. Perhaps I can help you. If you tell me your story, I could help clear your name. I can help you, but you need to tell me your story. However, first let's have a drink. No, it's too early in the day for that. But I think we both need a hot beverage. Helps to clear the mind and freshen the soul. Before you say anything, I know what you're going to say. Yes, it's hot outside, but when we have guests here in the desert realm, we always offer a hot beverage. You know little of our traditions, it seems. How long have you been here? By the looks of your clothing, it's been quite some time. Longer than you can remember. Well, let's start from the beginning. Why did you travel to the desert realm? I see. So you're a diplomat. I would have never guessed. You look more like you're dressed for the circus. The troupe? You're a braver soul than most. I worked undercover there for a few weeks as a sideshow host, and though I found them to be somewhat pleasant, I knew their true nature. I admit I felt no fear, but there was something about Maximus that leaves me cold to this day. The look in your eyes and your physical reaction tells me that you felt the same. He's not the most approachable of beings. Anyway, forget about the troupe and let's talk about the crown. Did you see it? Only after Jordana had locked it away? Wait, do you mean that you... No, you didn't. You actually managed to break into the vault? How to best spin that in your favor? Never mind, I'll think of something. Don't look so worried. I'll help you in any way I can. So tell me, did you actually see the crown? You did? What did it look like? I've heard it looks like whatever the holder at the time wants to see is true. Can you give me a description of what you saw? A silver halo, decorated with rubies and sapphires? Yet the other three saw something different. Wait, who are the other three? You're joking. Oh my gosh. This is huge. If the Duchess Isabeau is involved, this could rock the monarchy. I've heard she was interested in the crown for collection. So does she have it? Did you manage to deliver it to her? Look, you could either tell me the story or you can tell it to the authorities whilst they stretch you upon the rack. And believe me, they will. At least I can give your story a sympathetic spin, make you a victim of circumstance. Okay, good. So, where were we? You said she, that is to say Isabeau, was joined by Artesian and Captain Valencale? I see. They're implicated too. Valencale could lose her commission over this. I have to be careful though. She's very defensive. As for the Artesian, I'm not surprised. She's wanted to see the crown for a very long time. I just have to make sure I have this correct. You are to deliver the crown to Isabeau due to your diplomatic immunity. Of course, that makes sense, as only a member of the diplomatic office can cross the border without being checked. That is very clever indeed. So what happened next? The crown was stolen from you? Somehow, that does not surprise me in the least. I know it is coveted by many and many groups. I take it you've searched for it. You have, but no luck. And now you're being hunted by several groups. The vampires, the peacekeepers, servants of Isabeau, all wanting to achieve the crown for their own purposes. Well, I'd be exhausted too if I were being chased by so many different people. You're lucky none of them have caught up with you. Did you stop on your way here? The town of Koll. What happened in Koll? Rafik. Had some of his men rough you up a bit, did he? You know, I have a file about him that's thicker than the leg of a dinophant. I've been keeping close watch on his movements. I take it you won't be surprised to learn he's been working for Lord Volkov and Necrotia now for quite some time. Well, I'm glad to know the healers are still an active part of the community. You're far safer than going to new barber surgeons that are popping up everywhere. We're fortunate we haven't received one yet. So, what happened next? So you went to the temple for guidance, but they can only give you so much. Understandable. You can't always get the information from the energies of the universe. Sometimes you have to read the good old printed word. Well, where did you go after that? The academy. Who did you speak to? Elena. Wait, did she? She didn't try to recruit you to be a belly dance student, did she? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. You just don't look like that kind of performer. If it were one of the other leaders. I mean, if you were to become a jester, for example, I could believe that, but not. I'm sorry. That's just too funny to ignore. Hey now, don't give me that look. I said I was sorry. It's just, never mind. Let's continue with your story. So, tell me, did you meet anyone else? You say you left a note of introduction for Nero to join the troupe. Well, I think that's very noble of you. Foolish, but noble. I know him well, and perhaps he's not cut out for life amongst vampires. His run of bad luck is well known here in the desert realm. Oh, don't get me wrong. He's a sweet soul, but he's definitely jinxed. So, carry on. Was there anything else? No way. You're kidding me. You met Corvus, the leader of the Shadow Court? I've been trying to get into the Shadow Court for ages. I want to be able to write the front page story when they finally bring him to trial. It will be huge, though not as big as your own story. I admit, you're pretty much my ticket to the big time. So what happened between Kale and here? Nothing of note, eh? I guess it's given you time to work things out, but it's a long way from that small backwater town to here. You've certainly walked a long way without help. You must be blessed by the spirits of the desert. Possessed by the Tyrant King? Well, I don't know if I believe that or not, but stranger things have happened. I've seen a lot out here in the desert that would prevent you from sleeping for several nights. Well, I won't keep you much longer. I think that's everything I need for my story. When it's written, I'll get a messenger to take it to the city to be published. I have a good feeling about you. You don't know it, but I think the luck is very much on your side. Good luck, my friend. I hope you find your way back to Ondar City in due time.
Having left Helena's office, leaving her to begin work on publishing your story, you find yourself walking through the town. It is at this point you hear a friendly shout towards you, calling your attention. At first you are worried that someone has caught up with you, but you realize it is coming from a market stall. Somehow you feel drawn to it, and you certainly feel a sense of magic and mystery emanating from the stall holder. Perhaps they might have a trinket that could help protect you from the influence of the Tyrant King.
Why, hello. You don't seem like you're from this area. You just arrived. I did myself just 2 days ago. Let me finish this up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15. Alright. 35. Okay. Welcome to my booth. My name is Mesmer Hypnotic. You can call me Messy though. I said something different about you. Yes. Now, darling, before we begin, are you feeling okay? You honestly, in your outfit, look like you've just gotten mugged. Okay. Yes, perfect. Oh, you do have money. Oh, okay. I wasn't gonna ask, but okay. Yes. Now, what brings you to this small town? You're traveling through. Okay. Where are you traveling to? Oh, the monarchy. Through the desert. The long way. Okay, darling, I'm not going to pretend like I understand why, under any circumstances, you would want to attempt such a dangerous feat, but we all have our reasons. My reason for traveling is here. Yes, I, as you can see, am a peddler of rare and exotic and magical goods. I came to this town because it's wonderfully quiet and generally very calm. Sometimes I feel like I could stay here forever, but then I wouldn't be able to get my wares. Anyway, can I interest you in something? Are you looking for something for drawing, perhaps? You are? Wonderful. And what? Anything specific you are looking for? No? Very well. Oh, my pen. Yes, it bears the crest of a family from the fire region. Yes, it does. See, the ink is all kept up here, and you twist it to bring the ink down. It's quite remarkable tool, actually. Next time I go, I'm definitely going to pick up 100 or so of them. Sell them to all the merchants across the land, yes. Now, going through the desert. Oh, this is probably the first thing I would recommend. Yes. It is just a simple pin. But it is very special. See, this scarab is from this area, obviously, is to help prevent heat stroke. Yes. It is to keep your body temperature down and will help protect you in the elements of heat. Now, comes the caveat. Make sure you unpin it from yourself and you remove it from yourself at night, because when it gets really chilly at night, it could have a negative effect. Just saying. But it's very helpful. You plan on traversing through the desert. It's very okay. I will set that aside for you. Alright. Oh, the crown. No, this is not the crown of the Tyrant King. No, it's just like the one next to it. Just for decorative purposes. This is one of the few non-magical items I actually possess. You think I would just sell the crown of the Tyrant King? I mean, yes, you could probably get like 10,000 Krell for it, like grand Krell, but I mean, like, technically selling it would set you up for life, but would you have a life if you just sold the crown to some random person? Are you kidding me? No, darling. These are just normal crowns, okay? I have them for, like, parties and stuff, okay? Because sometimes a woman wants to look nice. See? I'm gonna say that's enough for you. Okay. I'm gonna set that off to the side outside some room. The next thing on our list is this bracelet. See? It's made for someone with slightly larger wrists than I, but it helps defend against sword fighting and theoretically axe fighting too. When you're in close combat ranges and they swing this way, there's a chance that their hand will move and the sword will just hit right here. Okay? Actually, it's a pretty high chance. Be careful about this though, because like if people know you have magic, people are pretty magic sometimes. I don't know. But yeah, very good to have. It goes for about 300 grand crown. A lot of your price range, and that's fine. Understandable. The next thing we have might be useful. It is a crystal in the caves. Yes. And when you focus on it, it lights up. But you have to really be focusing on it for it to work. The positives of this crystal, though, is most cave creatures can't see in blue light. Like most forest creatures and pests and bugs and that can't see in red light. Cave creatures can't see in blue light. So it can be really helpful to be like, see, yeah, it can be really, really helpful to have something like this. Oh, you don't think you'll be going to the cave soon? Yeah, I mean, you're going to the desert, I can completely understand. Pardon me. Let me show you some of my necklaces. This one is that has been enchanted to duplicate itself. And when you pull it, it becomes longer and longer and longer, okay? And it can make about a 5-6 feet loop in diameter when stretched. This can be good for multiple things. One, wrapping someone up. It's very strong. But if you need to, like, get above a gap, like climb up a wall or something that's about 10 feet long, and you can hook it on something on the top, then it, you only have to reach the 5 feet, put your, work your way up it, and it'll be a little bit easier. I don't know. I think having this could have some other uses. You always set aside for you. Okay, I'll throw that and that into a basket. Okay. Well, darling, the next thing I have is this little candle in the shape of a heart. This candle, when burnt, kind of has it's in the same family of effects as like a love potion, but not as strong. This one is to help with negotiations. It makes the other person more receptive. For example, if your partner or a business associate was very strong-willed, this might be good to light and just loosen them up to new ideas and ways of thinking. Yes, okay. Perfectly understood. This is just a little gingerbread cookie that a child gave to me today because I have a couple non-magical artifacts I always carry around, and she wanted one of the non-magical bracelets I had, and so I took this payment because she was sweet, and yeah, why not? My next item is this box. And inside it are 8 little trees. And each of these trees can be taken out separately. They're from the frozen tundras. Yes. These have magical properties of the first snow after the winter solstice, which, as you know, has tons of magical properties. Yes, the solstices have magic. Okay. After every winter solstice, areas that are cold have more magical properties. During the summer solstice, if it's hot, they have more magical properties. Areas that are more mid-range, the autumn and the spring. Okay, yeah, you get the idea. These guys, though, are little enchanted trees, and when put into like a liquid, the liquid will stay cold until it's taken out, and then it can be moved to another liquid. It never gets warm. The only caveat is what was that? I wrote it down underneath that. Oh, yeah. It gives everything a weird sap flavor. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I'm honest. At least I'm honest. Okay. Non-magical item I have is just this little jug. It can be used for pots. I intend to eventually imbue this with some magic. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lizard on it. In the forest realm. One day I bet if I take it back, I can imbue it with something very interesting. But if you have to have a mundane pot, I have that. If you're looking for containers that won't just break, I have some metal pots. I have this one. It's more pretty. And then I have this one, which is more industrial. No need? No. Just showing you what I got. Non-magical. I'm trying to get through the non-magical first, so we can get through the to the more interesting stuff a little bit later. Non-magical. This is just a very pretty necklace that was carved by some half-elves for me. Let's just do the necklaces. Okay. Another necklace. This is a necklace of foresight. Yes. When worn, it will grant the user the ability to make one wise choice a day. But you gotta be careful about it because it literally could be like, what should I eat for breakfast? You want to eat some eggs or you want to eat a piece of fruit? Well, this is going to tell you, like, you're going to get this really strong impression to eat the fruit. But, that's not, I don't know. Try to make your first decision of the day important with this. You know what? That's absolutely fine. Next thing I have is a skeleton key on a chain. Now, I'm just saying, that's kind of impressive. Skeleton keys can open up most non-magical locks without any problem. Most. Unless it has, like, some super complicated lock. But if it has, like, a normal key, you can pretty much open up that. Okay. Okay. These are kind of interesting. These are, I don't really think they have much use to you. These are scrolls of healing. But they can only be used by people who know how to perform the ritual. These just help with replacing some of the components that are a little bit harder to get. And I have 2 of them. Can you perform magic? You think you can? Have you ever? Okay. Are you sure? Okay. Sounds like a plan. So, you just gotta scroll all the components that you still need, and good luck with that. Okay. We have this bracelet. Yes. I'll be honest, I know how it had something to do with nature. It's a nature blessing. I don't remember. Yeah, it's bracelets got magic. I'll have to look into my records. Back at the caravan. Yeah. Isn't it pretty though? I like it. I'm not gonna wear it in case, it's cursed. Doubt it's cursed, but just in case. Oh, this. You see how it's got ridges down the middle? Yes. You fill this up with poison. And when you put it in, it applies the poison to the sword. That way, when you attack, they get poisoned. There's no poison in it currently though, because I have a firm belief, never sell anything you cannot combat. So, even the weapons I sell, I can take them. Well, most of them. There's this guy. This beautiful rose bracelet. It's actually very powerful. Yeah, you have no magic abilities though, so you wouldn't know that. Each one of these, when popped up and thrown, becomes basically a giant ball of fire that you can throw and control, and it's humongous explosion. Problem though. Anyone that has any sort of magical intuitivity of any class can sense this without even having to cast sense magic. Having to even, intuitively look at it. No, you walk into a room with this thing, everyone looks at you and like, what do you have? Because I said something powerful. Well, it's not that powerful. But, yeah. Definitely helps with getting magic users to come my way though. So, it could be useful. You don't want it? Yeah. It's quite a bit of power. I have a bunch of little bottles. Little glass bottles. For potions and ingredients and stuff. These. And these are very interesting. It is a full set. A full set of runestones. Yes. I don't have an instruction sheet with me, darling. I roughly know how to use them, but I was hoping before I sold them to someone to be able to figure out how to properly use these guys. But I have not found anyone capable quite yet of teaching me. Yes. The magic user this stuff used to belong to passed away long, long before I received such an interesting journey. Now, darling, on to my bigger stuff. This looks perfectly empty, right? No liquid inside. But in reality, it's very enchanted. So, what do you smell? Yes, ale. When held to your lips, it will fill your mouth with ale. Now, I'm not going to demonstrate that because it's gross, and you're not going to try it because it's gross. But just trust me on this. When put to your lips, it will fill your mouth with ale. Now, if you're going to the desert and you don't have any backup plans for water, which you should have backup plans for water, this is a last resort. Because of the amount of water you'll want to drink, you're going to get so drunk in the desert. So, be careful with this if you get it. And you want it. Okay, I'll set it aside for you. No, that's fine. It's up to you. Okay, I'll just go through the rest of my next item. Is a statue of blessing. This needs to be placed in a home or somewhere stationary. And what it does is it gives blessings to those who inhabit that home. Okay? So, a family, servants, whoever. But the home kind of needs to be small. It only has so much of a radius where it will spread. But it also needs to be stationary for a very long time for it to really start to get effect. And it's the people that spend the most time near it that will notice the benefits. Yeah, I figured it wouldn't be a cup of tea, but I'm just showing everything. We'll save that one for last. I'll go with another of these guys. Now this guy. He is a mask of good harvest. When placed in the home, he will bring farmers or gardeners a bountiful harvest, and they have a less chance for failed crops. Yes. You're gonna be very useful. I just got this actually. It's funny. It's not really from this area. It's further south. It's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay. Darling, next I'm going to go for the weapons. Now this blade is enchanted to stay forever sharp and not need, constant sharpening. And so if you're expecting to be a lot of combat, I would recommend this. Yeah? Okay. Well, that's comforting at least. I guess this isn't a weapon, but it stays in that area. This is the tail of a mature dragon. Kind of between, not really a wyvern, a little bit bigger. I don't remember the name. But it is a tail of the black one. And it can be used in a lot of potions, a lot of spells, a lot of rituals. It's powerful. Yeah. Okay. Next on my inventory are throwing arrows. You have to be very careful with these. Okay, very careful with these. But they have to be kept in a belt. And take them out and throw them, okay? And they will come back to the belt. The person that threw them, as long as they don't hit wood, like a tree or a tavern, wall, table, chair, you get the picture. If it hits something that made of wood, it will not come back to you. Anything else, grass, ground, humans, animals, whatever you're fighting. As long as you throw it and it makes contact, it will come back to you. So, yeah. I have 3 of them because I feel like people get drunk and they will hit something wood and then they'll come yell at me because they lost their weapon. So I'm selling it in a set of 3. Oh, interesting. Okay. The last thing before the cursed item. This axe. This is incredibly light. Like, feel it? Yeah. See? It's so light. But it has the same strength and damage of a normal axe. It's just built for someone. Like, this is good for, like, a child or someone who isn't got good strength. It is still incredibly strong and incredibly sharp and can cause just as much damage, but it is so light. Yes. No, you're not in the mood for weapons. Okay. Sounds great. Now this item. I would not recommend this unless you really think you will need it, like life or death, okay? This is a mask. You tie a piece of long-braided hair. Yes, it needs hair to work. You know, whenever someone says something like, it needs hair to work, you shouldn't use it. It's an interesting story how I came into this item. Goblins. I don't think I need to explain much more. Goblins. So, you wear it on your face. Well, you take hair, like a lot of hair, and you braid it all together, and use it on the holes. And then you put it on your face, but I'm not, because I'm not crazy. And it will make you look like someone that doesn't exist. Okay? It's just a mask of disguise. But it'll make you look like, it'll make you sound like, it'll make you, like, look like someone that just doesn't exist. And you get to choose the race. Basically anyone, around the correct size. I mean, you could try to be an elf. Yeah, no one would believe you, but humans, dwarves, whatever. Okay? Put it on. You wear it, you're someone else, okay? there's so much better magic than do that. Because here's the caveat to this piece, okay? You put it on your face, right? 10 minutes later, you start to bleed. Somewhere where the mask is touching, like a little dot. And it's just doing a flow of blood. Like you've been pricked with a needle and pricked with a pricked and a pricked. And it hurts. Trust me, it hurts. Okay, this is so uncomfortable. Okay, so they don't know who you are for 10 minutes, right? It's pricks, bleed, hurt. 10 minutes later, somewhere else. Bleed, prick, hurt. Okay? Here's the caveat. Your face is now bleeding. Just out of nowhere, you have started to gain pricks. So what is anybody's reaction? They're going to come and touch this. Now to them, this is invisible. It's not invisible to the touch. So they'll touch it. They'll see that their finger is floating above where the blood should be. And they can't touch you. And then your cover is blown. And this is a terrible item. And why do I say that? Because someone's going to want it. And I'm going to... Yeah. It's a long story. Goblins. Don't trust them. But I literally got this for 2 frogs. So, why not carry a cursed item for that cheap? Yeah. Oh, honey. It's not cheap, darling. Trust me, I've done plenty of research on it. No, it's cheap. Okay, so that is roughly everything I have. Let's go over what I've set aside for you. My little basket. You wanted the seemingly empty bottle, the scarab brooch, the bead rope. Oh, quick note about this. Once you elongate it, it will stay elongated for like 2 hours, which is why I don't elongate it now, because then I just have this big thing lying around. So 2 hours, okay? And then you wanted the scroll of healing you can't use, that you think you can use. Okay. Okay. That'll be 15 grand curl on. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You didn't even try to hackle. You look like you got mugged, and you're not worried about money to the point you just didn't hackle. Okay. Charge more of them. Oh well. What are you looking for? Ward against vampire. Doesn't that just thicken the soup? Well, the I don't have anything for sale that would ward you against vampires. Okay, that's interesting. No, I don't. But I will show you my necklace. You see this one? Yes, it is a ward of advanced protection. Actually, it's a bit stronger than even that. This is a custom ward of protection with an extra protection stone with these that help make it stronger, okay? If you ever see something like this, darling, get it. I don't care what it takes, get it, okay? Except for mine. Touch mine, you're dead, okay? What this does is it protects you against all dangers. All of them, okay? Vampires, that's concerning. I got it. Okay, there's this flower that grows in the forest realm. Okay, it's like red with a yellow. You know the little things in a flower? You do. Okay, the little yellow things in the flower, they're yellow. And then you got red petals, and then there's red berries on the flower. Okay, and you want all of it, just a big chunk of it, and then it's effective against them. Like how do I explain this? Your blood tastes rotten if they ingest it, and the flowers are touching you while they're ingesting it. Problem is as soon as they go bad, then they lose their magic power. Okay? So you gotta be careful about that. Okay. Sorry, I was in thought. I'm thinking, if I head that way, I could go make some, and then enchant them with the same enchantment on these trees to make them never die. I could do it. Oh, yeah, I did actually enchant these trees. Yes, I am a magic user. Do you think a normal peddler could carry this kind of stuff and not get robbed every 3 seconds? No, darling. I am very capable of my job. Okay? There's your goods. I hope that you have a wonderfully blessed day. I will always be right here when you come and visit the city. And if I'm not here, then don't worry about it. I think I'll be here for you, darling. And I have a feeling our paths will cross again. Alright, I wish you the safest of journeys. And I hope the outcome is something that you hope for. Bye-bye, darling. Vampires, huh? That ain't a good sign. Oh boy. That ain't a good sign at all. Maybe the rumors are true. And he mentioned the crown. Nope, not good. Not good at all. Time to up the protection around here. Fun.
Upon purchasing your items, you decide it is perhaps time to move on once more and see if another villager can help you. You bid Mezzy good day and leave her to her work. You come across a somewhat Ondarian-looking house. It's certainly not built to Desert Realm standards or appearance. A sign on the door reads, "Visitors welcomed. Knock and enter." Upon which you knock, open the door, and walk in. A tall figure in Ondarian-style clothing and a top hat stoops before you. It appears that you have been expected. Suddenly, a great deal of concern washes over your mind as the figure addresses you.
Good afternoon, my friend. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Professor Stream. However, I am usually referred to as the master of my art. That is to say, globally. No, you're not interrupting anything important. You know, your curiosity may put you in danger. I may have to kill you, but not without considerable regret. I have been following your progress with great interest. You see, I have come to consider you my intellectual equal. Almost. I have so few worthy opponents. When they're gone, I always miss them. Oh, indeed, my dear friend. As I was saying the other full moon to the local doctor, I have to remove those who may or may not stand in my pathway to success. You see, I am an ambitious man who has received a great vision for this continent. You know, of course, that he's returning. Oh, don't be trivial, my friend. You see, I've been working on how to break the seal of the crown of the Tyrant King. My own small contribution to his invasion plan. You seem unsurprised at this revelation. No, I don't have the crown in my possession, more's the pity. But with my help, the Tyrant King will be able to extend his reach into this reality from where he is currently trapped, to slowly seek his revenge upon the descendants of those who have wronged him. Now come. Death is always more frightening when it strikes invisibly. You wonder how I will help him achieve this? By a psychic impulse which the Tyrant King will send. I shall open a channel for him. I've created an ethereal pathway into my laboratory which will allow the Tyrant King to awaken his minions without the need for a physical body. However, he will need one eventually, and he has chosen you, as well you are aware by now. Exactly. It is a shame that you can't be here to enjoy the chaos and destruction with me. Goodbye. Wait a moment. Are you cowering? Oh, my dear friend, you do disappoint me. We Ondarians are expected to face death with dignity. I had not put you down for a coward, considering what you have been through of late. What's that? You know that the crown is in the hands of the peacekeepers? I'm afraid I don't believe you. I happen to know that you were the one who took the crown, only for it to be taken again from you. Don't try to be clever with me. That, my friend, is your last mistake. You are bluffing on an empty hand. Now, where did you get that? That will not help you at this time. Such a mere trinket will not protect you from my powers, nor will it protect you from the shadow of the Tyrant King. You are most foolish if you think you will be able to resist his influence for much longer. Remember that I am one of his servants. He has promised to reward me well for my loyalty. You underestimate me. Let me be quite plain. Either you hand that item over to me now, or I unleash my Sclade warriors to wipe out this entire village. I will not hesitate to do so. That trinket is nothing more than a keepsake, but it is one that is necessary to my scheme. Thank you. Well now, there's been a slight change of plan. I've decided to let you live for a little while longer. We shall meet again, and remember, when we do, that I am the master, and you will obey me. Do not forget who I am.
After your encounter with Professor Stream, you feel you need something to give you a dash of hope. Something that will allow you to feel in control. Upon which you find yourself in front of a house, where from within emanates the scent of incense, sage, and wood from a fire. You enter to find a figure bent over a small table looking at a number of objects and muttering to themselves. They seem to be in a world of their own, as they begin to hum a tune that you have never heard before. But it seems to help them focus on what they are doing. Perhaps when they have finished their ritual, they will speak with you. Perhaps they have the answers you seek.
Yes. Yes, I know. Stop you, brother. I know I threw the fire. It's not my fault that they were delayed and you are atrocious at the time. At least it's still burning. Fine. See? Watch. See? I have stopped it. That. Outside. Shh. Yes. Yes, I feel it. You understand things. Come in, my friend. You are most welcome within my home. Come, please, sit by the fire. Shh, I'm not to invite guests. It may be smoldering, but it is still warm. Yes, just there. Yes, I am indeed a shaman. Well, I go by many names to so many people, but I am best known as Moon Shadow. You may call me Moon. May I get you something to knock off the chill? A drink, perhaps? Yes. There we are. I see something has caught your eye. No, it's quite alright. Feel no shame with your staring. It is a mark of the showman among my people. Yes, this finger is a, how you say, a badge of honor. A symbol of respect, if you will. I'm getting there. So, you seek my advice. Well then, I must caution you that I speak only in the language of the truth. Before I begin, a warning. That which you are about to hear may not be to your liking. This is the way of the spirits. Honesty is not always kind and very straightforward. Yes, spirits. Or did you imagine me speaking with the air? Then let me caution you. I don't need the word around me to know that you are in much danger. I see. You have entered a path that without help and guidance, you cannot escape from. See. You've handled the crown of the Tyrant king. He sleeps within you. I imagine you are seeing his face in your mind's eye. his visage haunting the shadows of your throats. Perhaps even hearing his voice, yes, like an echo from a nightmare, once you cannot silence even upon waking. You do not need to speak, my friend. The look dancing upon your face speaks volumes to me. Well, of course, I'll be able to help you. Unfortunately, though, I won't be able to free you from the weight of your curse. That work is for someone of a much different skill set and talents than I. However, if you wish, I can offer you advice towards your destiny. Yes. Please. Tell me, how much do you know? Oh. Yes. I see. So you visited a temple that lies within the capital city? And you've had audience with the seers and Kellen. Just what, may I ask, did they tell you? I see. Well, they are wise. That I certainly shall not deny. There is reason enough many seek their counsel. Yes, I know. I'm getting their patience, you are insufferable beings. Why I ever agreed. Apologies. One of the greatest burdens of accepting such a gift is the inability to silence them at will. Now, where was I? Yes. Their problem is that they have no connection to the world around them, though, upon further reflection, mayhaps they have the right of it. Oh, shush. I just. If you can't take criticism, mayhap you should have chosen to torment some other poor soul with your cryptic portents. No sense of humor. You see, the temple priests, they have their books surrounded by their decaying tomes and star charts. The seers, though closer to shaman, have shut themselves away from the invisible mysteries of the world and focus solely upon broadening of the mind. We hold them in high regard. However, we do not agree entirely with the practices that they follow. It's true they are a pure and honorable lot, but they do not give direct answers to the important questions. They forget there is more than the tangible, and philosophical pursuits can be more muddy than the discerning of the spirit world's riddles. Well, debating the wisdom of our methods and precepts can wait till another day. I must admit, it warms my very heart to know that you are open-minded enough to buy convention and visit my humble abode. I believe that I will be able to give you some helpful advice. Now, let's see what I have among my tools that we can use to aid you. Hmm. Ah, alright, there we are. Much better. Don't look so surprised, friend. This can tell us a lot about your destiny. Yes, well, it's not a usual affair, nor what you would expect to be used for divination, but I assure you, this assortment, when properly wielded, is reliable. Now then, where is my knife? Ah, there it is. Much better. Now, we begin. Hand me that. Yes, the ginger. Thank you. There we are. All right. Now we just carve a piece like so. At first glance, it confirms that which we already know. Yes, you are indeed cursed. It is clearly showing that the spirit of the Tyrant King has latched itself onto your soul. There. Right there. Right here. See? Well, it is there nonetheless. I will not look so worried, my friend. See this here? Yes. It is telling me what needs to be done next. You. Oh. Oh. What? Oh, yes, this is not good. Not good at all. Why, you vile things. Goods you could have said. Yes. What do you know of? What do you know of vampires? So, you've been traveling with the troop then? Well, were you aware that one of them has connections to Lord Volkov? Yes, Lord Volkov, in the city of Necrosha. Well, either way, this puts you in even greater danger, dear traveler. Well, I am happy to hear that. The fact you have lost the crown is not good news, and yet, at the same time for you, it is. Yes, I know. Shh. They are impatient. I realize this sounds very confusing, but please allow me to explain. By keeping a distance from the crown, the Tyrant King remains dormant, lying quietly within you. This means that the curse can be easily lifted. You see, if anything were to happen to you, or God forbid, you were to find the crown, he would awaken and use your body as his vessel. Shh, shh, please. Shh, shh, shh. Please, my friend. Calm yourself. Shh, it's alright for the time being. You are safe. Shh. On my word. You are in no immediate danger. Shh. Be calm and still. Shh. It's okay. It's alright. Shh. This is not the moment to panic. Shh. Shh. It's alright. Shh. I know of someone who will be able to help you. Yes, they can provide assistance. However, they are not here in the desert realm. Yes, unfortunately, you will have to travel through the monarchy to the forest realm. The city of Verona is your destination. You need to speak to the 3 protectors. There is Lady Erica, Lady Eulora, and Lady Jessica. They have skills required to free you from the curse of the Tyrant King. What happens if you don't reach Verona? I don't believe that I should tell you. No. No, I should not. It is unthinkable. Fine. You would be consumed by pain. There would be nothing but hatred flowing through your veins. It would be utter torment. For all the while that you exist, the Tyrant King will control your mind and body. Your spirit would be caged in his stead within the spirit realm. This is sadly the truth that you must bear. It is your burden. This is why you must reach Verona. It is the only hope you have of saving yourself and the monarchy. Yes, I'm getting to it. You will meet many upon your journey who will try to either save you or destroy you. There are those who wish fervently for the Tyrant King's return, and there are those who will stop at nothing to thwart him. The peacekeepers. You have nothing to fear. If anything, the Grand Master will help you as much as he can. So his sister dealt with your wounds when you were attacked in Kell? Yes, she has a good, kind soul. I know her student was wise to take her tuition. Was it they that pointed you in my direction? So they don't know that you're here. But they don't know where you are at all. I assume you at least left a note before leaving the town? So you informed them that you're on your way to Port Koll. Is that really the easier way for you to return to the monarchy? The only way. What? Oh, because you're being hunted. How? By both vampires and by members of the monarchy. I see. I can imagine there are quite a very few terribly upset people having heard the news reaching of the Crown's loss. The Duchess Isabel. Yes. I'll tell them. You are playing with fire, working with her. I'm afraid she's extremely ambitious. So she put you up to stealing the crown in the first place. Of course she did. You, my friend, need to pick your allies more carefully. Yes, well, Something tells me it was not her alone. I see. The artisan and Captain Dragon Valengel? I might have known she was involved. What? Oh, myself and Valengel? We have a history, to be sure, but that's a story I don't wish to share with you. Let us just say there was once a time when we crossed swords with each other. Yes. Swords. Do you think I only sit here communing with the worlds and spirits? How old do you think we are? I said she and I have a history, but it's not that ancient a history. Yeah, well, either way, the past is the past, and my business is the future. If you don't take my advice, friend... Oh, fine. If you don't take our advice, you will not happen. You are running out of time. It was prophesied that the Tyrant King shall return. I beg you, please do not prove me correct. Please do not let it become a reality. I would hate to see such things come to pass. Well, then I wish you absolute best on your journey. May the spirits of the desert realm go with you and offer you the protection and guidance. The spirits? That is a long and sordid tale. Mayhap, someday. Once your quest is done and you find yourself in the distance of my home, I'll regale you with tales of visions and trances. I'll speak to you of rituals and how shamans are chosen. Someday. But until then, you have a long journey ahead of you. I truly hope that you will reach Verona safely and achieve your goals. Maybe do not tarry upon the next loop as you did the previous. Yes, time is a precious thing. Go. Be well and be wary. Travel safely, my friend. Travel safely.
You leave the hut with your mind ringing with answers, although you are uncertain if they are the ones you genuinely seek. Knowing what you do now, however, grants you solace. There is a chance that you can find freedom from the Tyrant King and his dark influence. You realize it will soon be dark, and that it is not best to travel the road at night. Mainly because of the desert raiders, who become active mostly in the nocturnal hours. You decide that you need to find lodgings. You may not be able to afford food, but you have enough coin that you could at least afford a bed for the night. You find what appears to be the local tavern. You hear strangely familiar music coming from within. Upon entering, you see a beautiful figure performing in the middle of the room. You can't take your eyes off them. Their movements are indeed mesmerizing. You've seen this sort of performance at least twice before on your travels. You know it only too well. You realize that they are looking directly at you, and they beckon you to take a seat at a nearby table. You do so to watch through to the end of the performance. Somehow you seem to know that they will be joining you shortly. Perhaps they can help you on your journey.
Well, aren't you a curious creature? Don't look so sheepish, my friend. I noticed you watching my performance. Judging by your reaction, I'm not the first belly dancer that you've seen. Ah, you've met Arendelle and Elena, both of whom I have much in common, though for quite different reasons. Tell me, did you enjoy the performance? Which particular part of the performance did you enjoy? Come, come, my dear. No need to be shy. Which part of the choreography did you prefer? Belly rolling. It's always the belly rolling. No one ever concentrates on the other moves. The isolations, the snake arms, the Maya. No, it's always the belly rolling. They could at least enjoy my use of the zills. Your blank stare tells me that you don't know what zills are. For the uninitiated, they're simply known as finger symbols. I'm certain that you've seen Elena use them. They're her favorite prop. To be honest, you are not the first person to refer to that particular move as being hypnotic. But I don't need to roll my stomach to hypnotize people. I have my hands, after all. My friend, you seem tired. I can tell that you've been walking for a long time. Tell me, where have you come from? Kale. No wonder you're so worn out. You've taken 2 weeks to get this far? You're fortunate, my friend, that you didn't drop dead in the heat of the sun. You must be blessed by a great power, or perhaps cursed. Perhaps. Yes, perhaps I can help you. In return, you can help me. Don't look so worried. You have nothing to fear. I can certainly help you. You just need to relax a little. Clearly, the sun has gotten to you. You are so tense. You need to relax. Now, I want you to sit there and just look into my eyes. Keep your eyes focused on mine. Don't take your eyes off mine. My hand movements are not a distraction. They simply help you relax. They flow like water, dance like moves that bring you a sense of relaxation. Keep focusing on my eyes. Stare deep within. My eyes are like pools of water within which you could drown if not aided. Do not fear. I can aid you. I can save you from yourself. I'm going to count down from 10, and then you will be completely under my power. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, the crown of the Tyrant King was in your possession, and yet it was stolen from you. Lord Volkov will not like this news when he finds out. What do you know for certain? What information can you divulge? A plot to raise a special group of hunters specifically trained to kill vampires. Interesting. I'm sure that my lord in Necrotia should learn of this. We shall have to create a counter-strike against the monarchy for certain. Oh, hush, hush, my friend. You're getting stressed again. Relax. Relax, relax, relax. You are under my power. Keep your focus fixed upon me. Focus. Focus on me. Ignore the rest of the room. Oh, Manston, I think that it's time you cleared the tavern. I need to feed a little bit. Now, my friend, I am helping you to relax, and it's time for you to help me. Volkov was correct when he told me about your blood. So sweet, so full of life. Delicious. Well, I have drunk my fill for the time being. I suppose it's time to bring you back to the real world. First, let me just heal this wound. We don't want that showing, do we? There. It appears I've put you under deeper than I thought. Never fear, I can return you to a state of normality. But we must do it gradually. You still hear my voice, but instead of my eyes, I want you to focus on my hands. Focus on the movement of my hand. They distract you. They start to bring you back and to trigger your mind. That warm feeling of tingles flowing down your back. Your meridian is starting to glow. Yes, I can sense the change beginning to work. Keep focusing on my hands. Focus, 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 focus. Now I'm going to count down from 10 to 1 again. And when I cease counting, you will break free of this hypnosis. You will remember nothing of this encounter, with the exception of our conversation before I put you under my power. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello there. I'm not sure what happened, but you zoned out for a while. A cut on my mouth? Oh, no, I've not cut my mouth. It's an extremely sweet and refined beverage that I've been partial to for quite a number of years now. No, I'm sorry, but there's no more available right now. I drank the last drop just a few minutes ago while you were daydreaming. It must have been a wonderful dream by the look on your face. Now, if you will excuse me, I must away and begin preparations for my next set this evening. It's going to be quite the party. Perhaps you would like to join us. Well, there will be some particularly important people coming, and we'll be feasting with them. Why, thank you. But it is time for me to leave. I must head home and rehearse a bit. If you are still here, please do consider joining us this evening. Well, I'm sure that our visitor will welcome you with open arms. Now, I'm going to bid you good night. May the spirits of the desert guide you upon your journey. I leave you with a saying that we use whenever we part company. I wish you peace, harmony, and the love of the homeland. May you go forth and bring light where there is darkness, hope where there is despair. This is the truth of the desert realm. Farewell, my friend.
So, you have settled down for the night. Manston, the tavern owner, has provided food and drink on the house, thanks to the good word from Cassandra. You have your room paid for, of course, and it's fair to say that it is comfortable. It certainly beats sleeping rough in the desert like you have been recently. How you've managed to avoid the raiders and the various other dangers of the land is unknown, and beyond your own understanding. All you know is, for the moment, you are safe. As you drift off into a deep sleep, you once more see the eyes of him staring back at you. You know he is close, and his influence is growing stronger and stronger. You must reach the forest realm as soon as possible, before it is too late. For the Tyrant King will consume your soul forever. Unfortunately, you have a feeling that it will not be so easy as you anticipate.